I think the problem is we're supposed to believe, okay, that this was not connected. Everyone knows it was connected. The Iranians extorted everything they wanted out of President Obama. I can't really recall anything in this deal that went our way. We submitted and capitulated to everything they asked for in every way, and they made fun of us along the way. They dropped things in the news. They announced pieces of the ongoing negotiations. And they could not have shown Obama to be less of a negotiator in any way, shape, or form.
No, I completely agree. And when the president, he had a press conference today, and I know you watched it, Jim, where he was trying to convince, it sounded like he was very much trying to convince the press and everyone else that, well, this was something, you people knew that this was coming. You knew this, it just happened to coincide with the release of these prisoners, but that doesn't really make sense. I mean, yes, back in January, we learned that Iran was going to get a certain bulk of money, but we had no idea entirely how much and in what manner that was to be furnished.
And when this happened, and when he was bragging about the Iran deal, which he called smart diplomacy, and I find that almost comical. Not almost comical. I find it painfully comical. And he neglected to announce, though, that we had sent these pallets of cash. And I think it's interesting that it was euros and Swiss francs, because if we had sent dollars, that was against the law. So we couldn't even conduct this obscene transaction in our own currency because that was against U.S. law, and Obama somehow neglected to mention it to the American public when he was bragging about this debacle. It's the biggest, most disgraceful deal we've ever made. And if that's smart diplomacy, we cannot afford any more of it.
What do you think that this was ransom money?
No doubt. I mean, what else would you call it? First of all, they made the deal. We were going to pay the Iranians for the deal. So they held us at ransom using their nuclear weapons program as one hostage. We agreed to go ahead and pretend that they stopped running that. They haven't. The centrifuges are still spinning, their underground facilities are still operational, and we're not allowed to conduct inspections anywhere they don't take us on a guided tour of. So that was a farce right there. And then we had to get the Americans back somehow. We had to get these hostages back. And the idea that that payment, which the Iranians themselves called ransom, wasn't ransom is absurd.